it's Silje. First, I would like to start with thanking all of you for all of the nice comments in the comment sections of my last videos. And I would like to thank all of you that have subscribed to me. I have subscribers now, and I'm so thankful and grateful, and I haven't got words, I think. Thank you so much. Today I would like to do something that's new on this channel. I talked a little bit about it in my last video, that I would like to start doing some book talks and some book reviews. And so today I thought I would do a book talk. I'm not quite sure of the format yet. I think it will change, but for now I will try to do it this way. So we'll see. The book I want to talk about is this one. It's a used old Norwegian edition of a well-known German novel, and it's The Lost Honor of Katharina Blum by Heinrich Böll. This book was published in 1974. My edition is from 1976, and I know it's been translated to English as well. I don't have that edition, so I don't know the translator or the year, but I know it's out there. The reason why I picked up this book is because it's on the Boxhall 1001 list, and as I have mentioned earlier, I'm trying to read my way slowly through the list. So that's why I picked up this. Heinrich Böll is, as I said, or was, he's dead now, but he was a German author, and he was regarded as one of the biggest post-World War II authors in Germany. He won a lot of prizes for his books, and in 1972 he was rewarded with a Nobel Prize of Literature for his renewal of the German literature. This book is written in 1974, in the 70s, and at that time the Cold War was still very cold. Germany had been split into two parts after World War II. You had the West Germany that was supported by the US, and you had the East Germany that had tight connections to the Soviet Union. The political climate, I will guess, on both sides, but I will talk about the West Germany now, was very panicky. It was filled with suspicions, and the left side was considered to be both radical and terrorists, because you had the Red Army and the Baden-Meinhof and people like that. So all on the left side was considered to be a radical. And the newspapers, they didn't try to calm the people down. They were fueling all this panic instead. Böll regarded the press, and especially the tabloid press, to be very biased and to falsify articles and to prejudge people that they believed was on the left side. And because of that, he wrote an article about it, and that started a big witch hunt. He was set under surveillance by the press. He couldn't move anywhere without the journalists surrounding him and sneaking on him, I guess you can say. The police started to search his home and his summer house, and he went through several unpleasant interrogations. As a result of this witch hunt, he wrote The Lost Honor of Katharina Blum. And this is the story about how a person's life can be turned upside down in a few days because of its connection to the wrong people. Katharina Blum is a young lady who is regarded as a solid worker, kind of shy, but everyone likes her. And one day she goes to a party, she meets a man, and they are spending the night together. The day after, the police is on her door and asking her where this man is, because he is, as they say, a criminal, a radical, and they think he is a terrorist. As a result of this, Katharina experiences massive attention from the tabloid press. Her name is outed, her pictures is on the cover of the newspapers, all of her background and her family background, everything is out there, and they are digging through it and finding things that are suspicious. And she experiences that all the things that earlier was regarded as a positive trait of her personality now is regarded with suspicion. And because of that, she loses faith in people, and she feels like she can't trust anyone. And as a fun thing, she does something that is criminal. And that's kind of where the story starts. It starts with the thing she does, and then we are working our way to understand why this could happen. And because of that, it's written in a style that is kind of different for me, but also a style that I thought fit with this book. It's written like a police report. And it's so objective and so neutral, and it's kind of weird because it tackles some things that are so emotional, and but it's written in this objective form, and I think it works out very well. You never get inside the head of the characters. You just have to understand how they are feeling and thinking when you are hearing what they are saying, and how the report are describing what they are doing and how they are looking while they are talking, for example. And it's kind of dry, but I liked it. I don't know what else to say. And it creates this distance, I think. But still, I got so provoked and so touched by the story, and I don't know if it's because of this style or despite of this style. The Lost Honor of Katharina Blum is, in my opinion, a very strong critique of how, especially the tabloid press, was covering the left side, and it tells something about the climate, I would guess in all Western Europe at the time, and how the press was considered to be very biased towards one side, and how they were creating both victims and villains. And it also tells the story of what can happen in utter consequence when people are under so much pressure, when they feel like they have nothing else to lose, when they feel like they can't trust anyone, they have lost everything. And yeah, and I think that maybe that was the thing that provoked me and touched me in this way. I'm not sure. I also think it gives us, the modern readers, an insight into a time that are both near and distant for us. Is it something about it that's relevant for us today? And I think it is. I think the background for this story, the polarization, we still have that in the society today. And the mistrust between the majority and the minority is also something that we see today. And also I think, like the tabloids and newspapers, I don't think they have been better the last 42 years. I think they are still doing the same thing, and maybe they are getting worse. They are still using people, creating victims, creating villains, creating heroes, thriving on the sensationalism, and yes, building people up, building them down, and don't necessarily consider the person behind. Will I recommend this book? Yes, I think I would. This was a book that made me think, that made me reflect both on the history and also about how it is today. Yeah, it made me curious about the other works of Heinrich Böll, and I think that's a great thing. So if you haven't read Heinrich Böll, I can't say if this is a book that's typical of his work. I don't know, but it made me very curious about his other works, and I want to read more of him. So yes, I recommend it. Ha det!